So either the Vikings have the best defense in human history, or the Chargers suck that bad. Because this Viking squad shut out that 63-point offense last week with Aiden O'Connell. Listen, I think the Chargers suck that bad. But no, on the real note, the Vikings do have a great defense. They really do. Now, today we're talking about our 3 keys to victory going into this game. And to be honest, I think this game, if everything works out correctly, should be short, simple, and sweet. I've said many times, this is a trap game, and I want to stress that going into this game. This is not a game that we can take lightly, but this is a game that is very winnable, and we just have to play in the correct orientation. So, let's talk about it. First off, the Minnesota Vikings going into this game are going to be without their right tackle. They're also going to be without their wide receiver and without their running back. Jay Jettis is going to play according to himself. And also, of course, Chris Reed is questionable as well, their offensive guard. Joe Bacci is going to be playing in this game, but he is questionable, so he might be very limited. He normally gets like 1 or 2 snaps anyway, so I'm not really too disturbed by the fact if he doesn't play this game, it would be taking away 1 or 2 snaps. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about the right tackle position. I know I got someone commenting on my video, I think he was a Vikings fan, and he said that Hakeem would not be the starter. Instead, they would go with their backup right guard. Now, it's possible that they do go with the backup right guard, or they utilize both guys, the backup right guard and Hakeem in this game. The problem with going the backup right guard, which while he did play left tackle last year for the Minnesota Vikings, he wasn't good at all. And it's not like he's much better than Hakeem, and he's never played right tackle in his career. So he played left tackle in college, he played left tackle last year, and then he played right guard now. Now, again, could Hakeem be so bad in this game that they just go, okay, right guard, backup right guard guy, go out there and play tackle? Absolutely. And that's very possible that by the end of the second quarter, Hakeem's getting destroyed so bad by our defense that they have to go ahead and make that change. But, again, like I said, I think going into this game, it's going to be Hakeem at the starting right tackle position. And if they have to go with the backup guard, who, again, like I said before, even at tackle, he was absolutely horrendous. Grading-wise, honestly, worse than Hakeem. So if they went with him, I think it would be less of what we know, and we know what to expect and how to beat him. But it's not like he's that better of an option. So I think Hakeem is the best option for the Vikings in this game. And that's going to take us to our first key to victory. Our first key to victory in this game is going to be getting after Nick Mullins. And, you might say, well, that's obvious. You want to get after quarterbacks every single drive, every single game. That's just, period fact. On that right side. Listen, last week, we overloaded Blake Freeman in that Gardner Minshew game. And it worked out very well. Didn't work out perfect, but it worked out very well. But our biggest problem was, while Blake Freeman is a 4th-round draft pick, he's still a rookie, but he still has some skill level to him. He still knows what he's doing. And this is a player we have never played before, right? We never played Blake Freeman because that was his first career start. This week we get Hakeem. Yes, the old Cincinnati Bengals right tackle. The guy who cost us, I don't say cost us, but the guy who helped cost us the championship last year versus the Chiefs when he got destroyed at right tackle and got Joe Burrow sacked on the final play of our drive. Lou has been going against this guy for 3 years. 3 years in practice. Game in, game out. He's been a starter. He was a starting left tackle. He was a starting right tackle. We have used Hakeem in every way possible. We've tried to get this guy to work out for us. He's never worked out. So, here's the thing. Number 1 key to victory is I want to see every single drive, 1, 2, 3 people on that right-hand side blitzing Hakeem. Put pressure on Hakeem this game. Make him make mistakes. Because if you can get through that right-hand side, Nick Mullins is a backup quarterback, right? He had a really good stunt with the 49ers. I think a lot of that was Kyle Shanahan. Nonetheless, though, he is definitely still a capable backup to at least move the ball. We saw not last week, but 2 weeks ago against the Jaguars when they brought their quarterback in, Beathard, they moved the ball right down the field on us 2 drives in a row. So we can't see a backup quarterback and automatically think, oh, we're not going to be able to do it. We can easily destroy them. What we have to do is think of this logically. Logically is Nick Mullins is probably going to hold the ball for a tad bit too long. You destroy that right-hand side. You get through that right-hand side. You keep him on the move the whole entire game. He's going to miss throws. He's going to make mistakes. And you're going to be able to get stops on defense. And that's really what this comes down to, right? Because, again, I think going into this game, the Vikings defense is good enough to slow us down, if not stop us on certain drives. They are. There's no, if, and buts about that. But, again, the biggest thing here is the Vikings offense. That's where we're going to have to really exploit and take advantage of this. And it's very possible that, Justin Jefferson is on a limited snap count. And if that's the case, turnovers, sacks, fumbles, all these things need to happen on defense in this game. Where, while yes, we can help out our offense, and our offense can, handle themselves and do it themselves, let's put our offense in the best case scenarios based on the fact that we have an advantage going into this game. We know the right tackle. We know how good he is, how bad he is. We know everything about him. Get after the quarterback by overloading the right-hand side. Lou, I just want you this game to do you, man. Just show us why you're Lou Dini. Show us why you're the best defense coordinator in the league. And that's what I want to see, number one. Number two is use Chase Brown. I love Joe Mixon. I really do. But what we saw last week is Chase Brown is good. Chase Brown is good. He's young. He has fresh legs. While he's not perfect, he is a brand new sunlight or sunshine coming through the windows, and you're smiling, enjoying the light. He is a light, okay? Get him the ball. Run the ball. Screen passes. And actually, I want to see more of that, too. I know, obviously we run screen passes more than anything in this world, but at the end of the day, get the ball in the hands of Chase Brown. And I would love to see more than just a screen pass or a check down pass. Have him run a route. I know he's not the most polished route runner of all time. He's not perfect. But put him in situations. Maybe put him in the out route. Maybe put him in a little, a wide receiver screen type route. Put him in there and get him involved. Because when he gets in the open field, this guy has speed to him. And that's something where, again, when you got a guy like that who has speed, and he's young, and he has fresh legs, when he catches that ball, he can turn a 5-yard pass into a 50-yard touchdown. You don't think that can happen? Look at last week. First screen pass of the game, he ends up taking it for a 50-yard touchdown. So, get him the ball. I don't care how you have to do it. I don't care how you have to manipulate it around. You got to get the ball to Chase. Get the ball to Chase, and I'm not saying Jamar Chase, I'm saying Chase Brown here. Get the ball in his hands and let him eat. We need to feed him in this game. Give the ball to Joe Mixon too, number 2, 100%. But get the ball to Chase. I want to see him in this game. Last week, he had 18 snaps. Oh, I think, 11? I believe it was 11. No. I think it was 18 snaps. I don't remember exactly. But I want to see him in this game 50-50 with Joe Mixon. I want to see him in there. I don't want to see Travion Williams at all. But here's the thing. I don't want to see Travion Williams at all. Timeout. Not because I'm trashing on Travion Williams. Put him at punt returner. Please, Zach. Put him at punt returner. I can't ask that enough. Put Travion at punt returner. He's an amazing kick returner. He's had a great kickoff returns this year. Not for a touchdown, but return yards. And nothing is better than to put us at the 40-yard line, get us the best opportunity, maybe get a couple first downs, and hey, what? The Vikings have a good defense. We stall out, we kick a field goal. Just please. I love Chuck Sizzle, but do not use him on punt returns anymore. He doesn't really do anything. He catches the ball, he runs left, he runs right, and that's it. That's all he does. And I have no problem with that, right? At the end of the day, because he has good hands and he's not going to fumble the ball. Trent Irwin is like a juggler when it comes to trying to hold on to the ball on kick and punt returns. But when it comes to Chuck Sizzle, he just doesn't give us any opportunity to do anything amazing. Please, Zach, just give us something good here in the context of giving Travion punt returns. Number 3. I would say get Chuck Sizzle some offensive snaps and I can use him on offense, but that's never going to happen. No, it's never going to happen. a million bazillion years from now, we're never going to use Chuck Sizzle on offense. It doesn't matter if we preach for it every single play. We preach for it every single game. It does not matter. I don't know why, but Chuck Sizzle and offense is just not, it doesn't go together right. It's like complete opposites, right? It's like you Chuck Sizzle and offense. Opposite. Last week he did have a career high snap count of 5 snaps. 5 whole snaps. Okay. 2.5. Please use Chuck Sizzle on offense. That's not going to happen, though. Number 3 is going to be you have to protect Jake Browning. You got to give him time to throw this ball. Listen, Jake is a backup, right? I know it's kind of hard to believe that with how he's played the last couple games, but he is a backup quarterback. And at the end of the day, our offensive line has played the best offensive line play they have done all year long. I will go as far to say Cordell Volson has looked like an absolute animal. He has looked like a capable left guard. I am so proud of him for how he's played the last 2 games, and he's looked amazing. Same thing with everyone else in this offensive line. This needs to be a 3rd game where we see this offensive line really perfect itself and keep the game going. This game is going to be dictated, like most games, by the offensive line. Whether we can run the ball, offensive line, pass the ball, offensive line, expand on plays, offensive line, screen passes, offensive line. Line, you guys have been absolutely magnificent the last couple weeks. Please, please, please continue that for this upcoming game. We need you guys to be great and show us why you're a great offensive line. Those are my keys to victory for this upcoming game versus the Vikings. Tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. Who dey? Who dey out?